Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back on tiermaker.com, making another rankings video. Now this one is a bit unconventional compared to what I've done in the past. This one is called Sims Revolution Tier List Maker. So in case you're not up to speed, there's a Sims Revolution going on Twitter where it started with these like NPC accounts for NPCs in The Sims that still aren't in the game, but maybe should come back at some point. Just, just throwing the idea out there. But then it just snowballed. There has to be literally hundreds of these accounts now, because now there's even ones about like features that we should have had by now, and even I've seen ones of Sims that are already in the game, so I don't know, it's a little confusing, but that's the base of it. And this is actually made by my good friend English Simmer, so even more reason for me to do that. Like, I mean, I doubt she needs my help. Look how many followers she has, but yeah, good friend of mine. Definitely go follow her if you aren't already. How I'm going to be ranking these, it's not going to be based on like the content of their Twitter pages. That's not what this is about. This is how much I actually want all of these features and NPCs to be brought into the game. So if you just so happen to be running one or more of these accounts, this is nothing against you. It's just how I feel, in my personal opinion, about all of these things. So without further ado, let's get started with Bigfoot. So I actually have a higher opinion of Bigfoot than I think anyone else does, though I'm still not going to rank him that high up, maybe for like the top of Grim Reaper, because like, I do agree, Bigfoot wasn't really all that fleshed out in The Sims 2. It doesn't even, like, have his own voice except for, like, the Bigfoot hug. But, yeah, even if they made Bigfoot better, I don't know how much better Bigfoot could really get. But, I don't know, it's kind of a neat idea to just run into Bigfoot, like, out in the woods. It's too bad he wasn't really in Snowy Escape. I mean, they even have the outfits, which ideally I wouldn't want to see recycled. I'd still want Bigfoot to look distinctly different, but yeah, there's like Yeti costumes in the game through the free update. So next up is Charles, the evil chicken, definitely going into Motherslode because I really want a farming expansion. Even though Charles is not the first thing I think of when it comes to a farming expansion pack, but yeah, Charles definitely gave the Sims 3 store chicken coop some more personality, where it could like could like insult your Sims. You can even fight the chickens. It's just like glowy eyes, interesting sort of NPC there. So then the next one we'll do is Chip the Dancer. Okay, so I'm gonna put Chip into Grim Reaper because I don't know, it's just like, yeah, kind of fun, quirky NPC from the Sims house party, but not really as important to bring back as others, I feel. I wouldn't mind maybe Chip coming back if we got a Generations expansion with Bachelor and Bachelorette parties. So that would be cool, but otherwise, let's move on to an NPC that I feel is more important to bring back. Though I'm actually not going to put her in Motherslode. It would have been funny if I would have put her in like Crumple Bottom, but no, I'm not going to put her that low either. So Rosebud it is. So I feel like she's still a bit less important than one other NPC that I can think of at least, especially one that's on this list. But yeah, Mrs. Crumple Bottom has some interesting like personality and behavior, hitting your Sims out in public when they're romantic with their date. So yeah, missed opportunity with Nifty Knitting, though that pack already had quite a bit of content, but I'm not sure. I guess it could be another thing that fits into a Generations sort of expansion. Though as a side note, I do follow the Miss Crumple Bottom Twitter. I do enjoy their posts. But next up is the Dance Cage. Don't really have too much to say about this one. I'd say like the same stuff as like Chip. At least the Dance Cage would be like another activity to do, but it's just like, no, I don't really need this one all that much. Horses. So if this was about cars, this is going to Motherslode instantly, like right at the top. But horses, I'm going to put into Rosebud because I think we need more worlds to really make like full potential of them. We have a few worlds where I think they would be fun to play in, like Windenburg and Selvadorada definitely would be the best example. Brindleton Bay would be pretty good too. So it's important that if we do get horses back, they need to come with a world that has a lot of wide open space too. And yeah, I agree with Molly. I mean, if you saw my recent Sims 3 video, the horses, like I even added that that truck reverse beep sound effect because they do that so much that the routing is so wonky. But as a feature, I love playing with the horses. They are so awesome. So next up is the imaginary friend. If we were to get them back like the same way that they were in The Sims 3, Tragic Clown for sure. I have to do a hard disagree with Molly for sure on this. Like, they deserve all the hate that they get, in my opinion. Just so creepy. Like, I don't understand. Like, how did they come up with that design? I don't know. But if they did a Calvin and Hobbes like thing where it was through like a few different stuffed animals, I think that would be really cool. But yeah, otherwise, no, Tragic Clown for sure. So this next one might be a little bit confusing, but this is Sims lore. So a little bit of an unpopular opinion. It's not as important to me as it is to a lot of other people. But I'm still gonna put it in Rosebud anyways, because the thing is, like, yeah, Sims 1 I played as pre-mades a lot, Sims 2 I played a decent amount, but then halfway through The Sims 2 I started making my own Sims more often and started not playing as the pre-mades as nearly as often. So it's like I'm making my own lore anyways, but I still feel it is important to have that sort of background lore to make the worlds feel more lived in. The Sims 4 does have some lore. It's just mostly in places where you don't really think to look in comparison to the other games. Like the research machine in Discovery University tells you the background of the university mascots with one of the interactions. I don't remember which one. But yeah, I hope with The Sims 5 they'll do more family-related lore again. Maybe make it like 10 years after The Sims 2. That's definitely how I would approach that. But next up is the heartbed. So I thought about this one. Agnes, I don't think would approve of this, but I'm gonna put that into her tier. So the heartbed was interesting. You had like the vibrate thing, and that was actually how you had Woohoo for the first time in the Sims franchise with the Sims 1 Live and Large expansion. So I think they would be interesting for like themed sort of rooms, and I just imagine myself putting them in like cheap motel rooms. I hope we'll get a hotels game pack this year. Yeah, I don't know, maybe we'll somehow get this back in at least I'm assuming it's going to be an update on February 25th. That would be cool. But moving on to newspapers. So I'm gonna put this in Crumble Bottom too. Molly and I are on the same page about this, where it's like, yeah, I don't need newspapers back, I don't miss them rotting on my lawn, but it would be good to have features back from the newspaper on the tablets and the computer, where you could look up the news. Maybe you could have like a randomly generated like funny news bit that comes on, or you could check the weather forecast, or you could have actual news about gossip that's happened between like local Sims in the town that you're currently playing in. Or if it's something really big, maybe you could even hear about it, like if you're overseas or whatever. But yeah, I think that could be kind of interesting to bring back. It would also like be a handy thing if your Sim is living off the grid. But oh boy, the burglar. Yep, that's going straight into Motherlode. I mean, I did a two-part My Sims 4 wishlist episode on the burglars. It's like, the best way to say it is just like how Plumbella wanted Bonehilda back so badly. I want burglars back very badly. So I was begging for firefighters just as much, and we finally got them last year, so hopefully 2021 can be the year of the burglars. So next up is the social bunny. I don't really need them back. And we have the flower bunny. It's not the same thing. It's a completely different function, but I don't need them. I feel like the effort could go into even like Bigfoot or the burglars, Crumble Bottom, just so many other NPCs. I never even really cared that much about them in The Sims 2. The social worker, that's kind of an interesting one. With improved babies, I guess they'd make even more sense, but I don't need them as much as other ones. So I'm gonna put them into Crumble Bottom. Oh, and I'm gonna put the newspapers above the heartbed. So the spiral stairs, that's going smack dab into Motherlode for sure. I've been begging for them for years. We do have configurable stairs, but you still can't quite make spiral staircases like these. And it was also really cool about like how children and teenagers could slide down the banisters. So, the therapist, I'm gonna put them into Tragic Clown because, yeah, I agree with Molly on that too. I don't think the therapist would go over very well today, and even, like, back in The Sims 2, I didn't care about them either. So, yeah, don't need the therapist. Wants and fears, I'm gonna put them into Motherlode because they never should have gotten rid of them in the first place. When they got rid of fears in The Sims 3, I was like, what? Why? And then, like, we have the whims in The Sims 4, but then they put them on the back burner. It's not even enabled by default anymore, and they don't make them for new packs, which is so strange. I don't know why they did that. But, yeah, need those back. Probably in The Sims 5 at this point, but at least in a new Sims game. Improve babies. I can't believe Molly ranked them so low. Just in the Tragic Clown, really? Really? But no, absolutely, I'm gonna put them right into Motherlode. And for actually more reasons than just because babies need more depth, they deserve better, but also that just to show, like, if they bring improved babies, this to show that they are listening to us, because if they went onto The Sims 5 without improving the babies, that would give me less confidence that The Sims 5 would be any better than The Sims 4. So yeah, it needs to happen for more reasons than one. So next up is the school buses, and I think carpools in general, so I'm gonna lump them into there too. Absolutely Motherlode, yeah. Adds a lot of realism to the game for me in The Sims 3. Love seeing, like, the kids actually going to school, even though you can't actually see them inside of the school, but still. Yeah, definitely a great feature, but I don't think we'll actually get them in The Sims 4. I think they're less likely than the cars themselves, since not every district has roads attached to them. So next up are the auto roofs. I think I need them a little bit less than the spiral stairs, but I'm gonna put them in Motherlode still, because just, it, like, from a game design perspective, like, why tout that it's gonna be like, oh, so tactile and intuitive, and then you leave out auto roofs that make it so much easier to do the roofing section. Like, it's so baffling to me. Even more baffling that we still don't have them in 2021. Next up is romantic chemistry and attraction. So I'm gonna put them, I think I'm gonna put them here. Yeah, I've been ranting about this a lot. Would definitely add a lot more depth to the romantic attraction system. And maybe if they did it right in The Sims 4, they could finally get rid of those memes that have started with The Sims 3, where it's like, oh, you meet Sim, get married to them in the same day. No, should not be that easy anymore. It was something like that in the game. So family trees. I don't fully understand why this is in here, because we got them a few months after the game came out. But I'll put them in Motherlode anyways, just because it's, like, an important feature. Like, if they weren't in the game, absolutely. Like, yeah, I just need family trees back. What the heck? So next up, this was a little unclear to me. I actually had to rewatch Molly's video because it's hard to see it. But this is about the video camera from The Sims 3 Generations. So I'm going to put this into Motherlode. Like, here. So you could actually record video and put it into, like, a little hard drive, and you could watch it back on the TV, so you could even, like, keep it for generations to come, so, like, your descendants could watch video of, like, their grandparents. It was awesome. And I mean, as somebody who's done, like, videography themselves, like, yeah, it definitely should be there. It's too bad they didn't do that with the drone and Get Famous. It's kind of weird. Maybe that's another, like, performance thing where they don't want it to, like, take up too much space or something, or too much RAM or whatever. But next up is the memories. So I'm really iffy about these. Oh boy, I'm probably gonna get some hate for this, but I'm gonna put them, even for putting them in the middle. Yeah, I'm gonna put them here because they're a good idea for sure, but they could be a source of corruption in the previous games, and I don't want them back in The Sims 4 if that's going to happen again. I honestly don't trust them to bring back memories in the way that they'd be more stable. So yeah, and especially considering that I've used the same save ever since the game came out. I don't want memories to be the thing that bloats my save file to the point where I can't use it anymore and I have to, like, move my Sims over and start it all over again. Like, oh, that'd be so annoying. So yeah, I would rank memories up pretty high in Motherslode if I trusted EA Maxis enough to make them good and not corrupt stuff, but yeah. Penguins! My favorite bird besides seagulls. I'm gonna put them in, Rosebud, because I still feel like maybe not as important as Mrs. Crumplebottom and the Burglar, but still would be very cute to have. I'd love to see what penguins would look like in The Sims 4, and I'd like to see a couple more interactions than what they had in The Sims 2. It's so adorable. So the pool table, my god, how do we not have pool tables at this point? There's been multiple opportunities even, because like Get Together, Discover University, City Living, and probably other packs that I can't think of off the top of my head. So what the heck? I feel like pool tables should be in the base game. Because I'm pretty sure they were in The Sims 1, and I don't remember if they were base game objects in The Sims 2. It was either The Sims 2 or The Sims 3, or they started not doing that anymore. But hopefully with the hobbies pack? But yeah, pool tables, we really need those back. So the star signs, I don't really need these that much, because it's like, okay, yeah, it's kind of cool like saying like, oh, my sim is a Capricorn like me, or an Aries, or a Scorpio, but they didn't really add much to the game in my opinion, especially in the like, it kind of like went with The Sims 2 and The Sims 1 with the like, with the point system, but I don't feel like they're as relevant now. And even if they did make the zodiac signs have like more like affecting the gameplay or the personality, then it's like another thing on top of the traits and the lifestyles. I don't know. I'm not sure if it would really work out super well, but yeah, I guess I'll put them in low Rosebud. So then next up is the telescope. Like the pool table, how the heck do we not have them? They were in a stuff pack vote that thankfully didn't make it, because we should not have to pay $10 for a normal sized telescope. Bands, absolutely. Wow, I'm putting a lot of stuff in Motherslode, but yeah, I'm gonna put them maybe just like, maybe like, I can't decide whether to put them ahead or behind Spiral Stairs. But yeah, definitely Motherslode. I mean, I've been begging for a Bands game pack for years now, so that needs to happen for sure, and to be kind of a fun hobby too, but I would still expect Bands to be their own pack. I think they could still carry a game pack for sure. They could do stuff that we didn't even have, like in The Sims 3, like making your own album cover and stuff. Like, I still need to make my wishlist video about that. But oh, the trash compactor, that's gonna go into Tragic Clown, because I keep forgetting this even exists, and not just in the context of The Sims 4. Even when we did have it in the earlier games, I just like hardly ever used it. The dishwasher I'm glad we got back, but I don't think it's necessary. I think stuff could, like, the effort that would be put into this could go into like other stuff on this list. But there we go, that's it for this tier list. So feel free to let me know in the comment section below where you would rank all these, and thank you to my good friend Molly once again for making this. This was a pretty fun one to do. I mean, I love doing these rankings videos, but yeah, I don't know what one I'll do next, but yeah, this was interesting, a Sims Revolution one. But yeah, I think I will wrap this up here. So be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest gaming content, including life simulation games and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching. BBCO. Don't peck the camera.